which kept on deliver the days, ever the general infeliz, to the making what they says they will be me, and they will do already all I done and all I do, and they will be me in career, that they will making the transpest and transferring of my being and my life and everything I've done into them, with the power of the phallus and vagina, colita de quadrille, rape and murder my people, and evangelistas degenerados, telling that they will be the portrayed ones. Just saying in the name of the Jesus will work, profaning and destroying and coming all over the world to organizing sickness and degenerates just like them. Delivering that I will be the beast and I will start making the persecution of Christians that they will ever have to prevail until the end. And being tenaciously, and not only tenaciously, but also being until the end fighting for them, Lord. That they will be the ones instituted and the only ones because of they will be with the governments, and the governments that they says to be are Diablo degenerados, saying that that will be the will of the Lord for the punishing humanity. And for the supposed judgment of the Lord, that they will see the plagues and the everything happening for the reason of them, even the parasites of mine. Which you understand what I say, Sodoma and Gomorrah, but the clinics that I get, that they are putting to me, for this to work to them, like the rest all with pregnant and making the hopes that the generations, and cutting my sources for I do not have no hereof. And they're saying, have you seen, what is the perfection there? What is that? Whatever the argument and the element are the sickness Evangelistas-Unidos, Argentina, Latino America, and associated. With this, Degenerados Unidos, Sodoma and Gomorrah, that it is not for, but even though doesn't found powers goes to kidnap and destroy Jewish for they to serve to the cause. But Evangelistas Unidos were willing. So where is he whores? And it's not lie. Is it prostitutes? Is it degenerados taking coins of the people of ours, raped and murdered and sent to rape and murder by Ejército Argentino and KIRSCHNERs, and Policía Federal Argentina and Gendarmería Nacional and CIDE and Metropolitana, for the taking them houses and taking coins for, and about my life. Evangelistas. And it's not lie. And are fake, manipulative diablas, and are dangerous. Everyone. But the victims which are being destroyed and murdered. Now, as you gave an orders and you request that I do it, the rest is exactly which will keep on. How, but you don't see? But prevent me, every evangelico degenerado, delivering that they will do what I do, and I will steal them, are exactly the same and always said. The whole as Interpol have done at the books of the reality of what done, where is and will be. Guillermo Horacio Brain, you have the complete corroboration that we researched with Interpol, I with them, and also Carnival, and also Cabrera, and also Anacondia, and also Crudo. You have the corroboration and the extra associated. And the reality for this, to the putting in orders and saying enough, there will be the, oh, but Lord revealed me, and we are not gonna do. The ones that until the end prevails, those shall have the crown of what life? And what glory, what price of what Lord? And the reality of this will deliver it to But we know that there is the devil, and the devil is so inastucious. It were the term that they're using. And where the way it is spoken. Astucious. So tell me the reality of the smart demons, it will be that I, with the Ruach Elohim, that they prevent and destroyed me. My spirit of who I am, Eliyah, Yah, Echad Chachai. But the making manipulation, studying how to hosting and how to making the supposed prevail, about to making excursions, and the whole of the element for how to using the regage, for the whole organized crime in the world, and this sic degenerados del business. Kirchners and the whole abomination degenerado considered to be emblem of the nation in Argentina. For them making what they've done and what they do, Ruach Elohim will be being a demon and manipulating the world and telling to the world. And possessing the supposed Ruach Elohim for the brujas y brujos degenerados to make in the chat while they were doing the para-intelligence for this to work to everyone on the en el nombre de Jesús, que lo sostengan, que lo posean y que les cobren todo. So, at the brujas de mierda evangelistas, diablos degenerados, whenever I tell you degenerados y criminales, is what they exist as. And everyone ever after, except the list is, that you have the corroboration. Now what the reality for this? Ruach Elohim will be supposedly activated at the CNC, fathers and vagina, of perros degenerados, Sodoma and Gomorrah, and KIRSCHNERS, for they to be glorious from there. Up in the world. Raping and murdering Jewish into my people, my friends, supposedly demons. And bad blowjob of praise all over the world for this to work to them, supposedly threaten it. And the ones that were ill to destroy it are sick enough in will for the making understand what they are doing, understanding that they can get out. For whatever they're resenting, whatever they see is, we are going to judge it, but the reality is the willing the most. And keeps on delivering that they will have my house in Chinibra, my house in Tel Aviv, and my car. And also I will be the inherent fact trying to use and manipulate them. And they will have my favorite trousers. Spently REDEMI Ishbadachtikam, the guys of Bearsme were found here, no one were touched, and are all back, the same USs and the same Europes. Gibson taking people here that were hearing me and understanding and delivering them to being raped and murdered, and I one day to be out of it. I want to rescue them. And Gibson proceeding about making the same, and Gibson making every day is the same stage of the generaciones, what is the course fight wherewith nuclear head stolen to the DDICMT defense. Friends. And kept on strategizing, putting people inside the United Nations, but disappearing which will be ours and mine, which we have everyone. And healthily fine. To the clear off, everything will happen about means that you were asking to explain what were the situation. The worst of all is exactly we're on Sunday. This March the 13th, 2016. And they are non-stopping day and night. And there's to say that that would be them favorite song, pretending to take in the whole of the people that will have just performed. Now, the reality for this is exactly what we have in problems, and the problems are not really gone until they die. The problem is that they say they have rights and they are willing to murdering everybody to be crossed in the way, and it's also diplomats, which 6,005 members all over Latin America were taken for the year of Mahal. And there's something like I really don't like is like I saw Lo Steo candidate for Argentina were the last elections, taking a radical reality where US embassy, telling you one thing, is certain thing which I don't like. Whenever I heard it speaking in a single fragment that Argentina should ever show to the world the richness, and I angry said, yes, sure, in base of destroying me and taking me with a phallus and with a vagina and saying that they will be me, and raping my people and murdering them, which is exactly what happens. It's exactly the Argentinian richness they call it. And the situation is so still. Never were at the shape of this and never were a Kirchner, and nothing like intelligence of nothing, but his appearance has changed. And that is not bad. The situation is that somebody were saying that he were not him and not there, and that he had come to Argentina for the Putin, the one, not him. Like have been doing with the elected Macris. Now, permanently Kirchners deliver the days into the making this are the sickness of Gestalt. And it's what they delegates to and advocates the day on tired. Well, it keeps on making that the generations and abominations stay lives because of it's what they are abominables. Now the reality is, kept on making the same old as Pervenin, and while Los Teos were US, while in US, were the Klika Berafi Hamas Vika the Derritachish, and the person which in responsibility by liaison office were telling to them to not there, because of how to remain for the condition of liaison office and states justice parties, and were not a Kirchner. Now, the reality is the symptoms are the turning for the hiding, and everybody's going to forget about this, and we're going to just keep with the life moving on. This is going to be just a memory sometime, okay, it just happened. Poor him, we got to keep with the life on. And they keep with the life on as being the service for these perros enfermos and making the same sickness all over the world, like with Nazis. So this class of strategies and techniques for the being so shitty, worse than anyone around the world, to the making the sickness of this purpose of perros degenerados, to preserve, forward, and keep on making the same abominations every day, is something like I say, hell no. Now, the reality for these perras enfermas, and forgive me again the terms, I thought first, it is me, don't you see? We are the cuts, we are making the research, we researched in the whole of the world and we were doing what he says he done. I put at that the one that they sent, saying that they would research, raping people that should never be touched. And kidnapping people to send into here for the rape and murder, and saying that they would take positions, and sending the supposed research for the supposed justice that they had a comparison. People that we rescued, and people that we saved, and people that were understanding who I am and working with every one of us. That are all back except for 20. And are about to be murdered because of where discovered. The spirit showing them. Now, this perrazos enfermazos degenerados never stopped and won't, and starts to keep on saying that I better do what they says. When we're coming to Jewish houses and friends, families, to telling that they had to pay them for what I stolen them from, and telling that they had to do the dignitary job, to recognizing that they were right on the whole of the sickness and the generations kept on making, with the research of the supposed anti-terrorism and narcos all around, saying that they would fund my family and my person making what they says I will do. Telling already we're raping my family, already we're raping this and that, and the witnesses here and the witnesses that, and Lord will reveal them. And reveal La Fiebre de Lucifer, Argentina, with the pardon of victims, and Plekimokratis Vachalakivisosim, and threatening Church Adriana, which kept strongest as could, to be conspiring with the enemy United States of America and Israel, Jewish and Americans, Yankees, against Argentina, and being treason to the patriot and to the state of Argentina, which couldn't be judged no more because of so and found everything were true, and understanding who I am, and what these terrors infernales are permanently making. So suddenly at the reality of this and for the putting and establishing the truth in the clear, they are trying to destroy her and causing pain for sheer vendam, or making any glass of an elemental move. Like with everyone else. Like happened with the guys of Arnstein, except the ones that weren't there, saying that they will be my friends. And they will discover that I will be needing medications and nothing, like I said, will be happening, but they will be making a chaplet. They will showing all the time. In Buenos Aires. With evangelicals, Perra de Cuarta, de Carnival, Prem, Cabrera, to make this to me. From the whole of the sick, the Generación Enferma, like 12, were permanently doing this and trying to murdering everyone that we were trying to rescue, that we did but 5. Paris in Tandem. The rest all with them families. That were happening since I began, since 2005 and 2004 this on. And I were rescuing and I were trying to take off because of La Perra Carnival, and forgive me, you can't determine the way, were always involved and always making sit there like La Perra Brain, where the Pompeia neighborhood jurisdiction, PFA. And like the rest, each in them jurisdictions, to take in seat and position and make the organization and the business and the trade and the whatever to be found we can handle, but to worry, and the rest all that you can see. The strategy for take the lives in office and destroy the whole of the devil, have done everything we can, and let's make what we do, and go to whatever the place in Israel, and make the chap and whoever's gonna be dead, we will see because of Lord. Profaning me and saying that they will possess my life and being me. Elia, Elia. Evangelistas degeneradazos of Guillermo Prey, universales and carnivals, and giving to the rest the supposed anointment and the benefit to profaning me and saying that they will discover everything, they will see, and supporting the Lord that will justify for the making. That they, the liars that I will be and I will exist. And we're told to not dare to do nothing and to take nothing and touch nothing and do nothing to me and to everybody permanently. And we're permanently told to do not dare to make what they can. And it's exactly the point of the elemental sickness that these all are. That I am not commanded by him. I am the anointed and I have a life. I have authority. And our diablos, because of Lord, never told them or shown them nothing. God is not with them, and God doesn't need no one. Our demons and services for Eta Esua Akalkibar Rabastu, which we know like Sodoma y Gomorra, expertos argentinos, KIRSCHNERS, Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, and then UNASUR, Sodoma y Gomorra, and then Egypt, are all cabronas perras enfermas, like pretended of Ramses, them ancestors. Understanding where the authority is and where is the reality, and making the feral part of the sick perra de cuarta for the same that they will be in many other but them. And I'm sorry with her. Now, there's to keep on forwarding with the same like I told you, and the nuclears were deactivated. But one, which is something weird, were not found in that place that were the core, but in a place where were 6,000 victims that we could take in with no loss. The core of the plan of let's take the world, that I would make it happen like a demon for the watching what to work to me. Which is exactly the description of Prince Carnivals, Crudos, Cabreras, and Acondias, and them KIRSCHNERS, and them Sodoma and Gomorrah, supposed expertises to make the degenerations to me and to us all, which it's them, not me. So, Plekim Bohar Fechal, Plekim Bohar Fechal Bachna, Halekivir Fochalekvisosanir, Ishkal Plekir Fochbatsika Hadhanam. Everyone kept on the same. And you can corroborate, like I said, 70%, 78, I'll write it down, and definitely over. If I am sitting in one eye, Sunni, that's not a problem. Now, Plekim Bohar Fechal Evisot Lekiva Haras Masar. The council is needing supporting and help, and you know what I mean, anti-terrorism. And the reality for DRMC, 5 crafters were crossed by and were taken, but hijacked, were recovered and delivered. Everyone reached with 2 persons down, and everyone reached the hole. You got the briefs with apples. Nova is still in problems for the reason of unbled, but the people is responsive and is naturally for the meeting chat. Because of there is found the reality and the truth that we were fighting with before. And where is and high prevails, health, truth and reality. And whoever is victim responses and heals. Whatever this Perros de generosos evangelistas needs to destroy, for can be them, and nothing else but them are all in hell and are ready for that end ever after, except the victims. And this is already definitely over. This sick land is all the sickness that I was saying enough. Whoever to be a victim of may help me or help us or himself at the mercy for the reality injustice. No other is going to happen. Mercy for Animanes, Amasuras, and Bonarot ain't not going to happen. No Sodoma, no Gomorra, no Babylonia, no Egypto. Where at my kingdom ain't not going to come in. Not Sodomaku, not Gomorrepo, not Emborasu, not Rempavu, not Imoseno, not Bishkotia, not Chaklavata, no Sheklened. And not Amba Nasut Mansapap, which it means the whole desire, the real world. Whoever is a victim is not denominated and delimited at the reality of his justice, that only justice is going to be found about a victim and an innocent, that this class of a sickness produces and provokes. Them ancestors are all we loved all over the world, and some other were keeping for opportunistic about saying power, power. So the 6 years is going to be over ever and ever after. The rest of the course, 20 and Tavsimab were Ambelam, and 5 were on spell, were just and had the whole of the prepared if I will ever say a word. Oh, the liars, and keeps on making the same was showing you, and he don't stop. And he don't stop to interfering in the affairs of the state, and he don't stop to robbing and making job to the Policía Federal Argentina and Servicio de Inteligencia de Argentina. We were researching because of Argentines being insured, and opportunistically put it like a focus for making the robberies that this one is being part of. And we know this all the time since ever. We knew it. We knew it all the time. And we know it all we are doing. With Kirschners and evangelicals. Perras. No. No one stops. And like I said to you, forgive me with the terms, please. And no one stops. And the reality is worse than you will ever imagine. And I told you, needles, I don't like them. Now, my God, sorry. This is nothing like to this, the general starts to saying, I am with a congestion. Since a couple of days I have been feeling really terrible, and my clinics, my symptomatics still are on. Not like the beginning, but I still have that glass of a very disgusting. Surely some tennis around. I have been in a very special private moment, and I'm found some of what it will be the eggs. So suddenly the reality of this is really something which I am sick of this, I'm sorry.
Blanco British Bahmat Sahiliam Tabatushu at Sekal Rapam Spatachmin Masepo Plikivika Rapaspata Assetoshelok Assetoshevash Blagimbo Rampaham Sparan Sehaligim Fochvat Sehaligim Biar Fochmanser and Blagimo Fechmansi and Bladibor Sahim in Gobladi Fechman Halgivisov Alkimo Fechalvito Fochalivisos Matachta and Hanam in Spotlavim. You want to know why am I doing this? I have a very recurrent period of inflammation and congestion at my ear, and what it is, the whole of the state around the system itself is really in a very special inflammatory state, and I have my pharynx a little bit irritated and congested. And they will say that this will be because of I will be making the nymph of Sodoma in hearing part. That I will be in the whole day and the whole night, since I never stopped, and also chankising myself every day with non-stopping either. Now, with the whole that you asked me to do with the research you were doing, the supposed I will be in Parque Avellaneda expecting for some changi stuff with un perro degenerado, sorry for this, on a very cross bike of narco degenerado sophony, expecting in the place at meter saying that I had a comment asking for a blowjob. Like naturally in this tierra de mierda, perras infernales de Sodoma y Gomorra, them supposed to respect showing. Now the reality for this, also with the situation, kept on making the pleasure is Vietnam, and I suppose they will be trying to pick up one there and making supposedly prostitution. And that will be the, like you already have, testimony like with the rest of all over the place. Every perro, hijo de perra, seeking a coin for the whatever to say, whatever to do. While extortions and any others. Tierra de mierda. Now, the forensics are going to show, the board of Vinieron and the rest of all are going to show that we were right, and evangelics, and Policía Federal Argentina, the experts, and the rest. Now, the reality. No one are going to stop. Plan. Galbi gaber na pochel gisvodi gispadar spartika gravaspat lativi sashmat vesimil. Gibofle me plegi mochre fecho bleves pachaves sasim obledi vachman seba blevesam ingo bledigar na pochel ekive chobat bledashkibats and sakubos matlevi kamaran. Spoplegi mochre fech via plegi mochre sospladi vismosa lekivi shagar valech mat serelegi vira fot levisman vesashut. Impopleki mochre tichapia mochre pachari lachbia blevesot levison sarchiara. Ribablega Marave Fecha, the keeper of Spadison, Tidis, Parmasun, Likish, Patamachal, Onskipapliti, Ramaplegi, Foats, Batlikish, Bua, Kartaran, Saba, and Sostika, T, Pia Karamas Manasti Shilats. Kai Robatica, Ramsbuma, Matselkish, Kuba, Tekua, Reparamba, la Kamasua, Maplebats, Kavashkotsua. Kila kiba rimapelua tikaba rampa ufumati sekushel kashele karamba rambati imaspasam. As bloki marave forave paradiki sochal bleki marave spotishem skopletika maramba baramasi baramatol shkeba bleki rave pua pesmantel spika bletika rapahua blebesvating marave sochmadeki marave blakivia uplopat beseshel keba rave farmatleki marave sochish but bleki marave fochal blebesasid spetling marave. Like now, everyone that we're researching with supposedly I would have ducks or animal genitals. ¿Por qué no lo viste en lo espiritual? Perros evangelistas regenerados. And also with the whole of the information, disformation and the generations, with the altars and profanations and the generations that with them Sodom and Gomorrah were permanently endorsing and making with, for that to look up and they to be succeeding. At the reality for the soul, also with that I will have a very super genital that I will rape kids and women and men. And also I will have a very diminished genital that will be the laughter for the whole marica de Sodoma, sorry for the word, and then maricas, lamebolas of every one of them, which are, and I'm sorry the terms, again, for the magna bleki mogre fajaleki visohal bleti refojaleki nasin, and I will react for, oh, me lastimamos el ego, maricas infernales. Remba bleki mogre fejal vasihedi ishpadlak mahal, all around with the supposed tale of narcos, and tale of terrorism, and tale of espionage, and tale of oh, he's going to increase now the white band, because of he's going to catch the whole that we do now. And making worse sickness, everything, and no one stops. Saying that you are forbidden to them to approach and to touch me, so the research for the research about the land of the government can be, okay, we have cameras, we have devices, watch what he does and how he does. Oh, he's scratching the bed? Alright, that is because of he makes prostitution. We are the experts, we're the one that's know that Anchimoplevici, that's know what Tamakim. And the ones that knows. And making a TRNDMC for establishing parasite sex all over Bleki Moravesassim without I to realize. And also contagion to lady and to Mr. Now, this is the real. Sorry, please, forgive me. It's really annoying and it's really bothering me. It's insufferable. And I give it the symptomatics for you to have it. It's the itching that comes all through the pharynx and around the bleki of machalgisim, there is not for no hygienical coming. Now, bleki mogra is for bleki mogra and yes, it's true. This is not for them, but is recurrent. She is smoking and I get choking and I love it. Now, ben kravet fechbat lechmenzi al blegi mogra fechwab levesasim. Blegi mogra fechman sechla an ravet fachalaki gospakla kan an red sechlagi visospat lima an blegi mogra achal vesara. Sleki shkelka mogra fuga bachmab levesasiki shkelaki mogra hafu blavespa. Nachman chalaki mogra vesostat levesasar. Shkelchul alem am pleki bat kelchomat am pleki vishpati. In kol bleki mogra fechua blevesostat shvasim adlim. Skelchama bleki mogra fechua blevesos levesashki pataka rat chalachamatan. And sashleki sachama bleki mogra fochalatischkat dinsvatem in bloperim paramspo. In blover refek man sechal givisoser, inko blana res machal givisos vatimaran, for refechal givis bocha machal dispot, bobleves matran. Skelchal kimo refechul abdivas vitash lekimo rembaspat levesoser levisish kavim, skelkamo refechu ablevespot lemechat lismin seshlakim, kilo refochal kira fochal tististash glaptica, bonsenam amblegimo refechal vesosam. Skelkomarem aplecher rispot basid, in kobletikam bochem aplech machal visos levisashalim beblekimim. Skolkarati refochal kivaspat levis onskashkala kimba an chala ka anser, in koblet in koshel atsur, kaleu rembaba matzer chalbis oslerim bansekiman chalbi amatzer. Sloshkel kivocher fachal chman blevis baseot likishkel kara rosse sove and klevis botlemes shlikive in koblene remafachal kivo bludaspi and plevesover gishmas vatlimar retachal chala kamachar sefim They are not inside liaison office, they are not inside the Hague anymore. And they are not inside the United Nations, but for Klefiham, Security Council, about those involved were all making this, and we were saying enough, and we were working ourselves, which all as elemental for anti-terrorism security and for the well of institutions, as we have been working with a very extended reason for emergencies too, having the control and nothing worse to happen is everything with others and emerging. Ben riba format zechaligimo remefachal havet lechim despite the generadasos Gibson saying the same all and telling that they are going to brief you, which you will be UNASUR. And you wouldn't exist, neither I, but only then. La fiebre argentina y la fiebre de Sodoma y Gomorra y de su maldita Babilonia. Nosotros somos la autoridad y el Señor solamente nos responde a nosotros y solamente por nosotros. Yes, Lucifer only responds to them. Is where founds the year of the sickness that they need. And of course, Lord ain't not Lucifer. But for them it is. Ben Rabba Fochmatsi al Kiba Rabba Fechal Bat Bisi Ramatsev, Inshko Pletika Rachabachal Basmati Bismonsanim. It is not a religious word, it is not a faith word, it is not a corroborational criterism, it's not a trivial thing. Or, oh, don't you come to talking me about what Lord, what demon, and don't you dare. We are in sciences and we are in a serious business. You are in a serious Sodoma y Gomorra nazi, degenerado acá. Denigrantes, degenerados infelices de cuarta, todavía tenés el enécolo precepto delirante instante de degenerado de atreverte a decir cosa de semejante rat de zafa, enfermazo hijo de perra. Complequimo rebefach man sahilabim, implobe rebefach valibis porticam rebesasam, ishkolpleticam rebefach albis sebagim. Imploquimo rebefejol platimo rebesahilgimivim, y no pones a mi gente enfermaza y te voy a poner muerto. Ben rofe hamapleg, ben rofe holbasim. Ben likimo rebefechot, lakimo rebefechal betzvikama rebefot, batzvet likiminim. Iskol bledera, fochal kimo rebefach, al blevesos alblim. Skelka relifaharsi. Gelkimo rebefeo lactica berobaspot, and sesolinime. Skolble der fachale kivis motak minka radachale visos levice shikivitsa vatenorim, ambleko beresos badbish, skelkuatika, rebefoch matzel, amblevesos esher, imbae moplekimo rebefachua blevesos ablevis pasectica, skelkua rebefachal abesmos esher, inglekimo rebefoch matzi amblevesos ibi. Coring me for whatever we associated, coring me for whatever we worked, and for whatever we've done. With the supposed I would, and hitting my people with, don't you come the holy being to me, because of you eating it permanently. To my friends and to our people and to Jewish populations and families, hitting them and attacking them and destroying them until Rabim. Kidnapped 9,004 Jewish more and were under destructions except for one family. And everyone were Albert and Sila. You got everyone there. And perros degenerados of Daki Camarén, maldita reventada mierda Argentina. Ain't no stopping to making what they do to me, saying that they are doing what I do, and they are me. For they keep on making bashly, sickly, what they dare to keep on. Like I told you, everyone. Now, and this is exactly definitely to over. What is a demon while the pleki bohefach masech halikim named EA-AA-FFAA? Alejandro EA-AA-FFAA. The hell which not for the pleki harfach masim for avoiding the worst of the destructions on the world, comes in there consumed to the hell, and the ones that are victims and innocents heals and frees, or releases, or liberates. Vem Rabbi Fochman Sechel Givi Rofachmum Bleves Vasegel Givi Shasel. And that can be a magic potion and a magic box, thinking that voice is going to come from a magic box. Oh my God! We have done a new product with Israel. Start to us! It's a simple element of polymer box with a little bit of maserimin inside, with fabrics for the making of acoustic, for the one element Android or tablet inside, to not making red chamber for acoustics while recording whatever. Already consumed people all over the world with the angle for recording videos. Start to us that product! And ain't not the modelo de utilidad in the whole we do. For the perros profanos paganos degenerados, ladrones de cuarto argentinos, with the burden of victims. And the rest. Now, plekimbo harefaf maser halikin harefaf ishvaser, ingo pletigo man pleka halvas poha halvisos levim. And I have my magic box. You want to see it? This is my Evangelics denominated magic box. So the putting my Android here and acoustics over this simple polymer, like something around to making some quick thing. It's not a manufacturer, understood. To the supporting that I've done before, to be the element in for the putting the Android in a core for this simple shoes box, cardboard box, to be useful, hygienized, naturally, for the making, recording of locution. This is supposed the magic, the magic spirit, and the magic name, and the magic call, and the magic. For perras infernales de Sodoma y Gomorra, preis carninos cabreras anacondias crudos, stemateas, and also freight sounds, saying this class of things about me, for you all, and for Israel, and for Jews. And to El Chai. The magic body. We're going to show that anybody can be, because if we will be the authorities. And we prove the authority in everything we're doing and we're showing. Oh no! We will be not it. Because if we're doing everything we do to it and to its, Lord answers to them. The minorities doesn't mean inferior. Minorities means reduced number. The inferior or reduced ones, or less fortunate, Adonaisis for victims and innocents you host to the main your empire, Diablo de Mierda. It's exactly permanently that. I'm sorry, your ranks and people, which nothing like this too. ¿Entendés? Infeliz degenerado, psicópata atrofiado, enfermito de Sodoma y Gomorra con título evangelista. ¿Comprendés cómo funciona? La enfermedad deflectiva sos vos, y tus forenses, y tu borda Alviar Piñeiro, y todo degenerado Kirchner, y todo perrazo querido de autoridad como vos. Y sos una pudrición, genocida, enfermante y teocida en todos los aspectos porque sos un diablo degenerado. Y así te pudrís en el infierno, Shalá. ¿Comprendés, enfermazo de cuarta, denunciando que roba a fuerzas armadas, que te roba vos, que roba la tierra, lo que supuestamente vos me sacarías porque Dios te habría puesto para no dejarme ser ni alcanzar, robando lo que se me tiene que pagar y dar, para que inclusive esta familia reconozca y entienda que sos una lacra, que me estuviste enfermando y reventando toda una vida, que no soy una persona psiquiátrica y que estuviste robando lo que es mío, que estuviste generando genocidios sobre mi persona y te voy a arrancar la vida. Tarrazo infernal. ¿Comprendés, evangelista de cuarta? ¿Te queda claro, cristianucha de la bragueta de Sodoma, que no estoy hablando de víctimas que entregás a mirar a matar con él? Estos son los que le ayudan. Te voy a arrancar la vida. Inklekim borefach machalkidisam ablevisosim keeps everything on and everyone on and whole as you knew and some extra with bialekam andlekim borefachbi in inseresh. Galkim borefechal bachman chalvios levesasef. Sklekim borefechal blekim borefach levisasashiv. Galkim borefachala samasafem. Inkopleni. Schlägi morgen de fable visef. Quel kuat sikar radach lachmatzav. In soshlani. Ablegi reformans vaselav. In tlebev. An seba karram spot an tlegi visot legim. Rimbo ram spad visot ridi shvat len karram efort mablegi magrasiv. Ishlobeti raboblegi morgen faplachata saditsi shliti. Kelki mintra de barano tuatle posfakti como brahmos milatinis faktikish kultua pio tlakira papis matarishku matlekivin vertafam stu atselekis kelki verave fokaleki vismatlaris baramater iskolatika harfoba bleres barkivo hermitamus manvet lobito kashvikavatu angleki morave fecholet lechmatsim atachamelo kelku manrave fakbisa feshov in lekim biadantu kelki morave sosfati DMDIC 535 text 2 points. BMI bar MCID MCIT B or takuv B or at S DMC DMI middle EEEMMMDMTMC middle Apot Aper Campot Pampet middle Pompeya fue la dignitaria realidad de lo que nosotros conocemos al elixir de nuestra leche. Mostramos y enseñamos y no hubo nadie que nos venciera. Y solamente uno que va a delirar por los siglos, enlechado por nuestro poder, conocerá que solamente nosotros somos y ninguno otro. Somos el ejército del Ironary, perro de cuarta, del reino de los cielos. Y nadie nos vence porque lo mostramos una y otra vez. Y somos los más grandes de todo el mundo. Fuera de nosotros no va a ser nadie hallado, y nadie encontrado, y nadie se librará, ni tampoco alcanzará ninguna vida. Ejército argentino, ejército mexicano, ejército brasileño, ejército chileno, ejército boliviano, ejército peruano, ejército paraguayo, ejército uruguayo, ejército venezolano, ejército colombiano, ejército panameño, ejército de Cuba. Casta de poder y de gloria, casta de eterno reino triunfante, elementales, con nuestros supremos y superiores sacerdotes evangelistas unidos. Haremos nuestra voluntad y el poder será reconocido, y el que no respete morirá. Middle TTICMT, middle Baptor, B Absev, B Abtek, B Abtov, B Abtiv, Itikab, Itibek, Itidem, TISOV, Absev, Absav, DOC, Altik, Altem, B Afar, 4342, Kat Atok, Idiam, Idisev, 4143, middle Incel, Insov, middle IR, Su Ambem, Su Amtim, middle ICAT, ICOT, Sis Puffat. 84 Pants Antor 8.90, F7, F2, F653, and 2821 on Blenser and Coppers. Systems recall with the last bleed Pansy and with the last Kimpot and Sora. Also works the last key steel, cleaning with Simpan. Or McAfee, the 3TI5. Calcimograph faculty thing, which will be Z UI, sorry. Glegimograph ferlikim boran fachabat plechivis soshlan kavaran fabas vadris montlegishkati in glegimograph matzivim. Isalish kiviat zakarach halagef sos matel in elish lekishev. Sorry for the terms. This is the fragment third for the still with the same. I can say you sent anything. I never received nothing. Your honors were the heck with Your Honor Hasek, almost kidnapped, are working with Burnby, and this keeps on making the same delusion of the Hilarious abomination, saying that this is an element for also reventar lives and office in the heck. They will do it, not me, and the rest. And you will never ask me because of, where is the proof? Prove it! And murdering people for, like always, perros degenerados K, like always done. And I told you, no one are all the same and transported looking like poor ones, like every Nazi. Always done. Are all the same and are all involved and are all this mierda repodrida retorcida eternally. And forgive me the term. This is the March Sunday, 13th, 2016. And
there's the saying that I were casting out. 10:05.
because of they said they will be the authority and will take everything of God away. Delirantes diablas degeneradas profaning me and saying that they will be in my place. Prince, saying that Lord gave them, and thoroughly seeker than any other, pretending to murdering whoever and whatever about my person, declaring that I will be the demon. And I'm going to tell you, we were in the quest all over and permanently so long, and we have found all through the history that we were seeking where will be the core, because we will have to fight, and Lord called us for the fighting. And are all conscious that are diablos de mierda, Nazis, y de Sodoma y Gomorra. And there's to keep on making the same. Everyone. And I'm sorry for the terms of the violence. Forgive me, please.